Hello friends in YouTube chess lovers, welcome to another video of the mysterious night. In this video, we are going to see an amazing matchup, the Armageddon match between Magnus Carlsen and Ian Nepomniachtchi in the 2024 Champions Chess Tour's Julian Baer Generation Cup. So here, Julius Baer Generation Cup, we are having the quarterfinal matchups of the Division 1, and here in the quarterfinal itself, we are seeing the face-off between Ian Nepomniachtchi and Magnus Carlsen. So let's get started with this game where Ian Nepomniachtchi beat 7 minutes and 26 seconds, winning over Carlsen's 7 minutes and 48 seconds. So, of course, Ian Nepomniachtchi was with the white pieces, and here he plays the English opening. So here he plays the English opening. Magnus Carlsen replies with e5, knight to c3, and all these are very pretty standard moves. Yeah, that follows. And on the further course of action, where we see this matchup going, where all the standard moves, this is the A28 line of the English opening, which is called a 4-knight variation, or a quiet line, so to say. And here pawn captures in the center, bishop comes out to b5, and then knight captures on c3, b captures on c3, bishop to d6, and then d4 was played. Here Magnus Carlsen replied with queen to f6, d5, putting a pressure on this knight, which is pinned, and definitely the only move, as we all can say, is a6 to put pressure back on the bishop. Bishop drops back, knight falls to the home square. Here, the idea here is that why Carlsen didn't go here, because this is not a very nice post. If knight comes on the f5 square, then it can be kicked with the e4 pawn. And so basically here Magnus Carlsen rerouted it to the home square. This is b8, so as to come to the d7 square and then to c5. This is the amazing square for the knight. This is kind of a reverse Sicilian line that has happened now. And here Ian Nepomniachtchi castles. After castling, he plays knight to d7, as I said. c4 was played, castling first, okay. Then after bishop to b2, Magnus Carlsen brings the knight on the c5. So here in this position, as you can see, it is slightly in the advantage of Magnus Carlsen. Also, the time situation is pretty much even Steven, and Ian Nepomniachtchi has kind of lost the time advantage as well as the positional advantage in this particular position. But here he plays knight to d2, and after queen to g6, okay, stopping this nasty pin here. And then after this move, the king goes to h1, obviously safeguarding from this file. After this, bishop comes out to f5 square, putting pressure on this entire diagonal. So here rook is forced to come on c1, otherwise the bishop is coming down and tying up this situation. And after that, the b6 pawn was pushed, f3 was played, and then bishop to d7, avoiding any of the provocative moves here. So after that, anyways, e4, yeah, and then f5 was played to break open the center. Here, the position comes slightly in the equalish condition because f4 is not considered to be that good of a move. But after this, of course, Ian Nepomniachtchi goes with f5, putting the reverse pressure in the center, and he also wants the position to blast open. After this move, rook a to e8 was played, which was a big blunder by Magnus Carlsen. We generally don't see this kind of stuff from Magnus Carlsen, but here he plays this, and this is a straight problem to the situation. I want you guys to pause the video here and find the winning move for the white. Well, I'll give you a couple of seconds. Okay, so I hope that you found this move. That is bishop to h5. Bam. This is the classical move. Okay, of course, putting pressure on both the pieces, and any one of the minor piece, any one of the major piece, I mean, white will be the exchange up in return. So here queen moves to h6 and bishop captures rook, rook captures bishop, and then it's followed by f captures to e5. Here one thing to notice is that these pawns are getting too nasty in the center. If this bishop moves, also this pawn is going to roll down the board, and which will create a lot of problems in the black's camp. So here Magnus Carlsen decides to sacrifice the rook, which is, again, it's a great idea because see, what if this bishop takes this pawn? Then we have bishop takes on e5, and after rook captures on e5, this is simply e captures of f5, and then white is completely winning. I mean, it's a great advantage in terms of white is a clear exchange up. There is one more pawn with there for the white in the return of the bishop. So white has basically won a pawn and a rook against the bishop, and this is completely lost. So here Magnus Carlsen complicates the situation by sacrificing the rook in the center, and after this bishop takes rook, bishop takes bishop, and after this move white plays knight to f3, which is a pretty nice move, keeping the advantage in the position. Now the bishop is threatened on the e5, so bishop comes to f4. Now in this situation e5 was played, which was slightly a mistake, I would say, losing slight of the advantage, but still white is winning completely. After this move knight comes to e4, already putting threat on the g3 square. So knight to g3 is a nasty check because of the spin on the h file, and this pawn on h2 can't take that knight because of the pin. So here in this position, Ian Nepomniachtchi was in a great trouble, and almost after thinking for 2 to 3 minutes, he decides to play this move, which is queen to e1, which is a blunder, because here after knight to g3 check, the king goes to g1 and knight can simply take this rook up. Okay, this rook on c1 is threatened, but this rook on c1 is going nowhere, because on the upcoming move black can simply take it here, because if let's say king captures, then also we can take this rook straight away. So Ian tries to play slightly smartly, okay, giving one intermezzo, but bishop simply drops back. After this rook to c3 was played. I don't know the motive about this move, but yeah, Ian was playing out of hunch. He was already lost after doing that queen to e1 blunder, I would say. After this, knight takes on h2, and after rook to a3, the bishop comes to d6, putting pressure on this rook. And here bishop is intending to come to c5 and give check to that king, and obviously Ian has nothing to do, but he captures the pawn. Okay, bishop checks, and in this position it was Ian Nepomniachtchi that resigned the game. So white resigns here, and black wins on the Armageddon. Of course, black just required a draw to win, but in fact Magnus Carlsen just rolled the opponent. Here why it is resignable, because if king goes to h1, which is the only move, then it is like knight to f3 check, and then okay, I mean, nothing can stop it. Queen can come in between for a move, and queen captures. It's a checkmate. So this is basically a forced checkmate situation, and then yeah, it's resignable already. Hope you like this video. Feel free to share your views in the comment, and don't forget to subscribe the channel. See you in the next video. Bye bye.